Hey learners, this is Dr. Rishi from the Learners Academy, and today we are going to study the chapter called Solving Examples on Quadratic Equations. This chapter particularly has word problems that are based on quadratic equations. So we have word problems and we have to solve it using the theory that we studied in the previous 3 videos which talked about quadratic equations. We can solve these problems either by factorization method or by the formula method. Throughout this journey, I would be discussing which method I personally find easy for that particular problem. So please stay tuned till the end of this video so that you have a really good grasp on this particular topic. For ICSE 10th standard, we have 2 chapters based on this particular concept, that is quadratic equations. So it does have quite a bit of weightage when we consider it from the exam point of view. So please stay tuned. Now let us talk about the first part of this particular chapter. The first part of this chapter basically talks about problems involving numbers. So here unknown numbers are to be found. So it is important for you to first understand what they are asking us to find. Then represent the question in quadratic form or in form of a quadratic equation, and then solve it either using factorization or using the formula method, and then write the complete answer. So how would we go about solving this? First thing, we would be reading. Reading is very crucial here. First thing is reading the problem correctly. Many students make an error while reading the problem. Sometimes instead of reading addition, they read subtraction. Multiplication, they read division, and things go haywire after this. So it is very crucial that you read the problem correctly. As a teacher, I advise my students to read it twice and then convert it into a quadratic equation. So first part would be reading, then second part would be converting into the quadratic equation, and we would have the third part which would be solving the quadratic equation. So the algorithm is pretty simple. Read the question properly, then convert it into a quadratic equation, and then solve it. Then write the answer in complete sentence. This again looks impressive when you write it in the question paper. It shows that you are a neat person. So this is again an important tip with respect to your exam in mind. So now, without losing any time, let us quickly go ahead and solve some of these problems. So let's take this first example that we have. Find 2 natural numbers with which differ by 3 and the sum of whose square is 117. Now this is a solved example which is there in the book as well. So we'll consider the number as x. So my number would be x and the other number would be x plus 3. Sorry, the other number would be x plus 3. So from the given condition, I can write x square plus x plus 3 square is equal to 117. I'll open up this bracket and it would give me x square plus 6x plus 9, which is equal to 117. Now I'll end up with 2x square plus 6x minus 108 is equal to 0. I've taken this 117 on this side, it has become minus 117 and plus 9, so it has come to 108. Since all of these are even numbers, I can divide it by 2 to get a simple equation as x square plus 3x minus 54 is equal to 0. So now I need to find 2 numbers whose multiplication is equal to minus 54 and addition is equal to, so if I add them, they should be equal to plus 3. Now as you can see, the multiplication is negative. The larger number, or at least one of them, has to be negative. So I can write a 9 plus minus 6. If I add them, the answer would become plus 3 and the multiplication would become minus 54. So these can be the factors. So I can further separate it out as x square plus 9x minus 6x minus 54 is equal to 0. So here between these I'll get x is common. So I'll have x times x plus 9, and between these I get minus 6 is common. So I'll have it as x minus x plus 9 is equal to 0. In both of them I'll have x plus 9 is common and I'll have x minus 6, giving me x plus 9 is equal to 0 or x minus 6 is equal to 0. So my x would either be equal to minus 9 or x would be equal to 6. Now one number is 6. Now why minus 9 gets discarded? Because it's a sum of natural numbers. So these are natural numbers, so they cannot be negative, so it has to be positive. So my answer is 6, and then I end up with the other number as 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. So the two numbers would be 6 and 9. Quickly make a note of this, take a screenshot so that we can go ahead. The next example that we have is again solved example number 2. We have sum of two natural numbers is 8, and the difference of the reciprocals is 2 upon 15. Find the numbers. Now this is a slightly interesting example because we are dealing with reciprocals which are getting subtracted and the answer is a fraction. So quite a bit of complications here. So let's quickly do this. So we have the first number. If I consider first number as x, then the second number would become x minus 8. So from the given condition, the reciprocals would be, so x का reciprocal हो जाएगा 1 upon x, and 8 minus x का reciprocal हो जाएगा 1 upon 8 minus x. It would be equal to 2 upon 15. Now since the denominators are not same, I will have to multiply them and cross multiply them and get the denominator as x times 8 minus x, and numerator would be 8 minus x minus x. The other side I'll still have 2 upon 15. So here I'll get it as 8 minus 2x, and here it would be 8x minus x square. I can cross multiply it. This gets multiplied with 2, giving me 2 times 8x minus x square is equal to 15 times 8 minus 2x. Or, so then I separate it out further, giving me 16x minus 2x square is equal to 120 minus 30x. Now I take everything on one side and keep 0 on the other. I end up with 2x square minus 46x plus 120 is equal to 0. Again, all the numbers are even numbers, so I can divide it by 2, giving me x square minus 23x plus 60 is equal to 0. Now I need 60 to be separated into two parts. Now it's a plus 60, so both of the numbers need to be either negative or either positive, so I can have them as minus 20 and minus 3. Adding them, I'll end up with the sum as minus 23. So I can have x square minus 20x minus 3x plus 60 is equal to 0. What's common between these? The first part, these two, x is common. So I can have x times x minus 20. Second part also, 3 is common, minus 3 is common. So I'll get minus 3 times x minus 20, giving me equal to 0. So it would be x minus 20 and x multiplied by x minus 3 is equal to 0. Or x minus 20 is equal to 0, or x minus 3 is equal to 0, or x is equal to 20, or x is equal to 3. Now we need to reject x is equal to 20 as sum of the natural numbers is equal to 8. तो कुछ भी हो जाए 20 को कुछ भी ऐड कर देंगे, नेचुरल नंबर ऐड करेंगे तो फाइनल आंसर तो 8 हो नहीं सकता उसका. सो वी विल रिजेक्ट x is equal to 20 and we'll have x is equal to 3, and the other value would be 8 minus x, so that would be 8 minus 3, so that is 5. So the required two natural numbers would be 3 and 5. Quickly make a note of this so that we can go ahead. Now, this is question 2 from exercise 6a, which says the sum of the squares of two consecutive natural numbers is 41. Find the numbers. So we have two numbers, they're natural numbers, and sum of their squares is 41. So it's one of the most easiest examples that we can deal with this year. So if the first number is x, the other number would be x plus 1. We can also take the first number as x minus 1 and the second number as x. It would give you exactly the same answer. Now we'd get x square. So इसका square लिया तो x square हो गया. इसका square is x plus 1 square is equal to 41. तो x plus 1 square कितना आ जाएगा? तो effectively इसका value हो जाएगा x square plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 41. तो ये दोनों ऐड हो जाएंगे एक साथ and we'll end up with 2x square plus 2x plus 1 minus 41 is equal to 0. Or now since everything is divisible by 2, ये 1 minus 41 is minus 40. So I can write it as x square plus x minus 20 is equal to 0. तो मेरे को डिफरेंस चाहिए minus 20 के दो फैक्टर्स चाहिए जिनका डिफरेंस होना चाहिए plus 1. So I can have 5 and minus 4. I multiply them out. अभी ये एक पॉजिटिव एक नेगेटिव होना ही चाहिए because मेरा फाइनल मल्टीप्लिकेशन इज नेगेटिव. Gives me minus 20. इनको एडिशन करेगा plus 1 आएगा. So I end up with them. So this becomes x square plus 5x minus 4x minus 20. इन दोनों में कॉमन क्या है तो x है and I'll have x plus 5 and इन दोनों में कॉमन क्या है तो 4 है and I'll have minus 4 rather x plus 5. दोनों में कॉमन क्या है x plus 5 and x minus 4. It's equal to 0. So x is equal to either 5 minus 5 or plus 4. Yeah. So but minus 5 needs to be discarded because it's not a natural number. So x would be equal to 4. तो अगर x 4 है तो मेरा दूसरा नंबर हो जाएगा x plus 1, that is 5. So the two natural numbers are 4 and 5. Quickly make a note of this. Next we have question number 3. Find two natural numbers which differ by 5 and the sum of whose square is equal to 95. तो ये जो मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस है ये ऐसे आएंगे जिसमें या तो सम या तो डिफरेंस दिया है एंड देन सम ऑफ द स्क्वायर्स दिया है या फिर सो जनरली सम ऑफ द स्क्वायर्स दिया जाता है. सो algorithm is exactly the same. First we'll call the first number as x, the second number as x plus 5 because यहाँ पर डिफरेंस है 5 का and then we'll add their squares. So we'll end up with x square plus x plus 5 square is equal to 97. और अभी इन्होंने इधर डायरेक्टली कर दिया तो आंसर कैसे आएगा ये तो इट वुड बी x square plus x square plus 10x plus 25. तो इन दोनों का ऐड किया तो आ जाएगा 2x square plus 10x plus 25 and this 97 is still there. So it's equal to 97. 97 को ये साइड में लेके आए तो फाइनल आंसर इज -72 हो जाएगा. ऑल ऑफ दीज आर डिविजिबल बाय 2 सो विल एंड अप विद द फाइनल क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन एज x स्क्वायर प्लस 5x माइनस 36 इज इक्वल टू 0. अब इधर मल्टीप्लिकेशन कितना चाहिए मेरे को -36. सो डिफरेंस कितना चाहिए डिफरेंस चाहिए +5. तो दो नंबर ढूंढने जिनका मल्टीप्लिकेशन हो -36 एंड डिफरेंस हो +5. सो इट वुड बी 9 एंड -4. एक नेगेटिव है एक पॉजिटिव है. छोटा वाला है वो नेगेटिव है बड़ा वाला है वो पॉजिटिव है बिकॉज मेरा सम जो है वो पॉजिटिव है. सो आई एंड अप विथ x plus 9 मल्टीप्लाइड बाई x minus 4. सो इसको कैसे करेंगे तो आई राइट x स्क्वायर प्लस 9x minus 4x minus 36 is equal to 0. इन दोनों में कॉमन है x सो आई गेट x टाइम्स x plus 9 और इन दोनों में कॉमन है -4 सो इट इज x plus 9 is equal to 0. x प्लस 4 दोनों में कॉमन है तो x प्लस 9 कॉमन है तो x प्लस 9 यहाँ पर आ गया, एंड देन इसमें से x रह जाएगा, इसमें से -4 रह जाएगा, सो विल एंड अप विद x minus 4. सो x इज ईदर -9 और x इज ईदर +4. -9 अगेन इज डिस्कार्डेड बिकॉज मेरा जो x है वो नेचुरल नंबर है, सो x इज इक्वल टू 4, तो मेरा दूसरा नंबर हो जाएगा 9, दैट इज x प्लस 5. Quickly make a note of this, then we'll go ahead. Now this is question number 4. So the sum of the numbers and its reciprocal is 4.25. Find the numbers. ये काफी interesting है because so far everything was given in fractions. Now they have given it in a decimal. So first thing first, we'll write it as my first number as x, my second number as 1 upon x. I add them up, x plus 1 upon x is equal to 4.25. पहली चीज क्या करनी है, we get rid of the decimal and get it converted into a fraction. So it would be 425 upon 100, which can be replaced by 17 upon 4. And यहाँ पर इनका multiplication हो जाएगा तो I'll get x square plus 1 upon x is equal to 17 upon 4. 4 को इस साइड में multiply करेंगे, x को यहाँ पर multiply करेंगे, and we'll end up with, so this would give me 4 times x square plus 1 is equal to 17x, or it would be 4x square minus 17x, क्योंकि ये यहाँ से यहाँ चला गया, plus 4 is equal to 0. So that's what we got here. अभी मेरे को क्या करना है, I need to multiply these first, so the multiplication should be 16. 16 क्यों आएगा, क्योंकि मेरा जो x स्क्वायर का कोएफिशिएंट है वो 1 नहीं है, so इसको मल्टीप्लाई होगा इससे, so 4 4s are 16, so multiplication is 16 and addition is -17, so obviously I can write it as -1 and -16. दोनों को ऐड करेंगे तो -17 आ जाएगा, मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो +16 आ जाएगा, so we can replace it by 4x square minus 16x minus x plus 4 is equal to 0. First इसमें 4x कॉमन है, so we end up with 4x times x minus 4. दूसरे वाले में 1 कॉमन है, -1 कॉमन है, so it is 1 times x minus 4 is equal to 0. कॉमन क्या निकला, x minus 4 multiplied by 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. अभी नेक्स्ट पार्ट में क्या आ जाएगा, तो कंपेयर करेंगे तो x is equal to 4 और x is equal to 1 by 4. ओके, सो अगर x 4 है तो 1 upon x हो जाएगा 1 by 4, और अगर x 1 by 4 है तो x हो जाएगा 4. तो इफेक्टिवली नंबर्स क्या होंगे, ये 4 and 1 upon 4. तो ये ध्यान में रखने वाली चीज़ है, जब भी अपन ऐसे वाले सम सॉल्व करेंगे जहाँ पर एडिशन नहीं दिया है बट रादर रेसिप्रोकल दिया है, देन द नंबर्स आर गोइंग टू बी, वी आर गोइंग टू गेट 2 रूट्स. पहले वाले में एक ही रूट आता था, एक डिस्कार्ड होता था, इधर ऐसा नहीं होएगा. विल गेट 2 डिफरेंट रूट्स एंड दे आर गोइंग टू बी रेसिप्रोकल्स ऑफ each other. Quickly make a note of this. The next thing that we have is two natural numbers differ by 3. Find the numbers if the sum of their reciprocals is 7 by 10. ये पहले भी कर चुके अपन इस टाइप का सम, तो इसको अपन फटाफट करेंगे. अभी एक को x बोल दिया, दूसरे को x plus 3 बोल दिया, so we have 1 upon x plus 1 upon x plus 3 is equal to 7 upon 10. क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई किया, I get x plus 3 plus x upon x times x plus 3 and it is equal to 7 upon 10. Then it would be 2x plus 3 upon x square plus 3x is equal to 7 upon 10, or 20x plus 30 is equal to 7x square plus 21x, giving me 7x square plus x minus 30 is equal to 0. और अभी इधर मल्टीप्लिकेशन कितना चाहिए, तो 7 मल्टीप्लाइड बाई 30, सो दैट इज 210, वो भी माइनस, एंड उसके फैक्टर्स निकालने हैं जिनका सम होगा 1. द इजीएस्ट फैक्टर्स दैट वी गेट इज -14 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय माइनस प्लस 15. दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो आंसर आ जाएगा 210 एंड ऐड करेंगे तो आंसर आ जाएगा +1. तो इन दोनों में कॉमन क्या है, तो 7x कॉमन है, 7x आया टाइम्स x minus 2, और इन दोनों में कॉमन क्या है, तो 15 है, तो इट इज x minus 2 अगेन इज इक्वल टू 0. x minus 2 कॉमन आ गया टाइम्स 7x plus 15 is equal to 0. कंपेयरिंग वी गेट x इज इक्वल टू 2 और x इज इक्वल टू -15/7. अब ये -15/7 नीड्स टू बी डिस्कार्डेड बिकॉज इट इज नेचुरल नंबर्स. सो मेरा पहला नंबर हो जाएगा 2 और दूसरा नंबर हो जाएगा 5. Quickly make a note of this. Now, the next is question number 7. The sum of the squares of two positive integers is 208. If the square of larger number is 18 times the smaller number, find the numbers. ये थोड़ा सा अलग है. अभी इधर अपन यूज करेंगे y वाला मेथड. तो एक को x बोलेंगे, दूसरे को y बोलेंगे, तो x स्क्वायर प्लस वाई स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 208 एंड y स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 18 टाइम्स x. ये सिर्फ इसलिए किया है ताकि आई कैन रिप्लेस द y स्क्वायर. तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि बस इस मेथड में मुझे दो वेरिएबल्स दिखने चाहिए. देन I replace y square in the equation 1 from equation 2. So I end up with y square is equal to 208 minus x square. So I get 208 minus x square is equal to 18x, or x square plus 18x minus 208 is equal to 0, और x square plus 26x. अभी इधर क्या है, तो मल्टीप्लिकेशन कितना चाहिए, तो मल्टीप्लिकेशन चाहिए 208 और एडिशन कितना चाहिए, तो एडिशन चाहिए 18. ऑब्वियसली -208 है, तो -208 को उनको फैक्टराइज कैसे करेंगे उसको, तो 26x और -8x. Why so? Because the larger number needs to be positive and the smaller number needs to be negative. पहले में कॉमन है x, तो इट इज x टाइम्स x प्लस 26 माइनस 8 टाइम्स x प्लस 26 इज इक्वल टू 0, और आई एंड अप विद x माइनस 8 टाइम्स x प्लस 26 इज इक्वल टू 0. x can't be a negative number. Why? Because it is given that it is a positive number. So we get x is equal to 8. Putting x is equal to 8 in the first equation, we get y square is equal to 144 or y is equal to 12. Since y is positive, तो सिर्फ 12 पकड़ा जाएगा because root of 144 would be plus minus 12. तो मेरे दो नंबर्स आ गए 8 और 12. Let's go ahead with the next example that we have. Sum of the squares of two consecutive positive even integers is 52. Find the numbers. अभी इसके परम्यूटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन बहुत ज़्यादा बदलते हैं, क्योंकि I can have two consecutive positive odd numbers, two consecutive natural odd numbers, two consecutive even numbers, two consecutive odd numbers. तो पॉजिटिव मेंशन भी नहीं करेंगे, तो भी दो आंसर आ जाते हैं तब. So you need to keep all these things in your mind कि वो कैसे घुमा रहे हैं क्वेश्चन को. So first number would be x. It's consecutive even number, so अगला वाला even number होगा x plus 2. Yeah. So from the given information, x square प्लस x प्लस 2 स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 52. अभी इसको फिर से अपन ओपन अप करेंगे तो वो आ जाएगा x स्क्वायर प्लस 4x प्लस 4, और इधर प्लस x आएगा, ये पहले वाला, इट्स इक्वल टू 52. सारों को ऐड करेंगे तो 2x स्क्वायर प्लस 4x प्लस 4 इज इक्वल टू 52, और 2x स्क्वायर प्लस 4x माइनस 48 इज इक्वल टू 0. ये 52 को ये वाली साइड में लेके आए. So we end up with x square plus 2x minus 24 is equal to 0. Again, मेरा multiplication चाहिए -24 and addition चाहिए +2. So answer आना चाहिए 6 and -4. Add करेंगे तो answer आएगा +2 and multiplication आएगा -24. We can have so this can be written further as x square plus 6x minus 4x minus 24 is equal to 0. तो इन दोनों में कॉमन है x, तो आ जाएगा x टाइम्स x प्लस 6, और इन दोनों में कॉमन है -4, तो आ जाएगा x माइनस x प्लस 6. x प्लस 6 दोनों में कॉमन है, सो विल एंड अप विथ x प्लस 6 टाइम्स x माइनस 4 इज इक्वल टू 0. So x would be either -6 or +4. दिया गया है कि it's a positive even number, so x would be equal to 4 or the other value would be equal to 6. So आगे देखेंगे अगर we can cross check it as well. 16 plus 36 is equal to 52. Quickly make a note of this, then we'll go on with the next part. The next one we have is the denominator of a fraction is 1 more than twice the numerator. If the sum of the fraction and its reciprocal is 2.9, then find the fraction. ये वाला भी सम अपन ने पहले किया था, नहीं ये थोड़ा अलग है, ये पहले नहीं किया था एक्चुअली अपने. We have the first required fraction find करेंगे. तो what are they telling us? The denominator of a fraction is 1 more than twice the numerator. ये बहुत important है. 1 more than twice the numerator. So अगर मेरा numerator x है तो मेरा denominator हो जाएगा 2x plus 1. तो ये हो गया मेरा ओरिजिनल फ्रैक्शन, तो उसका रेसिप्रोकल हो जाएगा 2x plus 1 upon x. दोनों को ऐड कर दिया तो आई एंड अप विद 2.9. और इनको ऐड कैसे करेंगे तो obviously this thing gets multiplied by x and this thing gets multiplied by 2x plus 1. So totally we end up with x square. इसको इससे मल्टीप्लाई किया तो x स्क्वायर आ जाएगा और इसको इससे मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो 4x स्क्वायर प्लस 1 प्लस 4x आ जाएगा. एंड द डिनोमिनेटर इज x मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 2x प्लस 1. It's 29 upon 10. So we end up with so we cross multiply it and we end up with 50x square. So this gets multiplied by 10. So it's 50x square plus 10 plus 40x is equal to, this gets multiplied by 2x square multiplied by 29 would be 58x square and this is 29x. सारों को एक साइड में लाएंगे तो आएगा, तो ये 58x square है यहाँ पे. तो we'll prefer taking everything on this side so that our x square का multiple is plus. We get 8x square minus 11x plus minus 10 is equal to 0. Now, ये वाला जो example है, it is easier to solve this example without using the factorization method, that is using the formula method, because then it would make everything easy. तो इधर a कितना है मेरा, a है 8. इसकी वजह से अपन factorization नहीं करेंगे कि a का वैल्यू बहुत बड़ा है. b is equal to minus 11 and c is equal to minus 10. So we end up with 11 plus minus root of 121 plus 320 upon 16. फॉर्मूला तो याद ही होगा तुम लोग को, b plus minus sorry minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So we get 11 plus minus root of 441 upon 16. So that's 11 plus minus 21 upon 16. So that's 2 and minus 5 upon 8. Thus ये minus 5 upon 8 को discard करना पड़ेगा. Why? Because it's a fraction that we are looking at. Yeah. So the numerator needs to be a positive number. So we have, so उसका denominator हो जाएगा 2 times 2 plus 1, so that is 5. So that's 2 upon 5. So quickly make a note of this so that we can go ahead. Now the next one is we have 3 positive numbers. They are in a ratio 1 upon 2 is to 1 upon 3 is to 1 upon 4. Find the number if the sum of their squares is 244. So first ये square जो है वो reciprocals में दिया गया है. So what do we do to make it a regular ratio? We multiply it by 12. 12 से क्यों? Because 12 is the LCM of 2, 3 and 4. So इसको 12 से multiply किया तो 6 आया, इसको किया तो 4 आया, इसको किया तो 3 आया, giving me the ratio as 6 is to 4 is to 3. So then we can have the common multiplier as x and we can have the numbers as 6x square plus 4x square plus 3x square is equal to 244. दिखने में बहुत complicated दिखता है, solve करने में बहुत easy है. Gives me 36x square plus 16x square plus 9x square is equal to 244, or 61x square is equal to 244, or x square is equal to 4, giving me x is equal to plus minus 2. But we have to retain the value as 2 because it's a positive number that we are looking at. So we can have 2 as my x. So my first number would be 12, my second number would be 8, and my third number would be 6, because the ratio is 6 is to 4 is to 3. So that is 6x is 12, 4x is 8 and 3x is 6. Now, इसके लिए कोई ज़्यादा बड़ी वाली it's not a very complicated sum. It looks very complicated though. Next we have is question number 12. Divide 20 into two parts such that 3 times the square of one part exceeds the other by 10. थोड़ा और अजीब है. So इधर भी x और y consider करना पड़ेगा अपने को for the time being. So we have let the two parts be x and y. So now we've done it for the sake of simplicity. क्योंकि कई बार ऐसा हो जाता है कि we get confused between quadratic equations and linear equations if we consider it as x and y. So that's why I try to avoid it, but कुछ questions हैं जिसमें avoid कर ही नहीं सकते अपन. So we have x plus y is equal to 20. This implies that y is equal to 20 minus x. So अभी इसको डाल सकते हैं अपन अपने given equation में. So that is 3x square is equal to 20 minus x plus 10. और 3x square is equal to 30 minus x. और 3x square plus x minus 30 is equal to 0. तो मेरे को multiplication चाहिए 90 का और addition चाहिए plus 1 का. So I end up with 3x square minus 9x plus 10x minus 10 is equal minus 30 is equal to 0. पहले दोनों में कॉमन है 3x, so we get 3x times x minus 3. और दूसरे में कॉमन है 10, so it is 10 times x minus 3. So it is x minus 3 times 3x plus 10 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 3 or minus 10 upon 3. Again we are talking about positive numbers. We have to divide 20 into two parts. And it's a number that is divided into two parts, so it can't be a negative number, so we skip it. So we have x is equal to 3 and the other part would be 17. So the two parts would be 3 and 17. So quickly make a note of this. This is question number 14. Three consecutive natural numbers are such that the square of the middle number exceeds the difference of the squares of the other two numbers by 60. Assume the middle number to be x and form a quadratic equation satisfying the above statement. Hence find the three numbers. अब ये दो पार्ट में, these kind of sums come for 4 marks. पहला पार्ट है you have to frame the quadratic equation जो 2 मार्क के लिए, and then you have to solve it and get the answer जो 2 मार्क के लिए. So totally it would be 4 marks. So let the numbers be x minus 1, x and x plus 1. Consecutive natural numbers है. कभी भी consecutive natural number पूछेंगे तो always take them as x minus 1, x and x plus 1. Why? Because जब add करेंगे तो वो plus 1 minus 1 cancel हो जाता है. We have थोड़ा झंझट कम हो जाता है अपने हाथ से. So from the given equation we have x square is equal to, x square is my central number. It is equal to the square of the difference of the squares. So it is x plus 1 square minus x minus 1 square plus 60. So it gives me x square plus 1 plus 2x. ये इसका आ गया. Minus x square minus 1 plus 2x. क्योंकि इधर साइंस रेसिप्रोकल चेंज हो जाएंगे because there is a minus sign outside. Plus 60. तो इसमें से x square कैंसिल हो गया. ये 1 कैंसिल हो गया. तो ये 2x रह गया और ये 60 रह गया. ये 2x इधर का रह गया, ये 2x इधर का रह गया, 4x आ गया. So we end up with x square minus 4x minus 60 is equal to 0. और x minus 10 times x plus 6 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 10 or minus 6. So since x is a natural number, x is 10. So the three numbers would be 9, 10 and 11. So it looks pretty simple to solve. Quickly make a note of it. So this was all about solving questions from quadratic equations that are based on numbers. I have tried to cover up majority of the questions, majority of the question types that appear in the board examinations. I have also put a worksheet in the description box of the video, so please download it and solve it. For any doubts or answers, you can WhatsApp us on the given number or scan the QR code. So this was Dr. Rishi from the Learners Academy. Thank you.